Please subscribe, and if you can afford it, PayPal. Now, everybody is aware grocery prices are going through the roof. Well, our intrepid leader, Justin Trudeau, finally moved to action and said, I'm going to call those heads of those grocery stores in, and we're going to tax them if they don't reduce prices. Baloney or not? Jay Goldberg is with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation and joins me right now. He knows about all these financial things. He knows all about taxes. I put the question to you. Was that just holiness and baloney trying to trick the Canadian people, or could they actually do something about grocery prices?
Well, it's actually a lot of baloney, but the real story is that Justin Trudeau could do a lot about grocery prices right now. His carbon tax is making groceries more expensive. That's because
people aren't buying, oil and gas at the stores.
When you tax the farmer who's producing the food, who has to use fuel to actually farm all of the food, and then when you tax the trucks that have to bring your food from the farm to the point of sale, that's increasing the price of food. He could decrease the price of food and groceries very quickly if they got rid of the carbon tax altogether, or allowed, there's a bill currently in Parliament to exempt fuel on farms from the carbon tax. It's passed the House of Commons with some government opposition, I might add, and it's sitting in the Senate. They should pass it. I was going to
ask you about that. Certainly the government is not proposing this to reduce taxes.
The opposition parties, and now it's sitting in the Senate, and they got to get it done.
So, but the Liberals still, even though they don't have any Liberal senators anymore, they all were disrupted by Trudeau, they could still block it in the Senate if they wanted.
Well, it's been sitting in the Senate, but I think this is something where a lot of we got to stand up and say, the carbon tax on the farms alone, it's going to be $1 billion worth of taxes from now until 2030. That's $1 billion more expense for food. We don't need that. Senators need to act now.
So really, what do you think, because you watch politics as well, Jay, so what do you think this was, where he's standing up, I'm going to stand up for the people of Canada, call those guys in, they're making too much money?
Well,
was it just a charade?
It's the government not wanting to recognize that their policies are the problem. And I think that all of these grocery folks who came in gave them an earful and told them exactly why grocery prices are higher. And I think the government needs to recognize that they're the problem.
So maybe that's why we haven't heard anything since that meeting about, what Trudeau and Mr. Champagne are going to do with all those terrible grocers.
Well, that may very well be because they probably heard the truth, which is that it's taxes driving up the cost of food.
I think everybody that really is either a homeowner or is any business or a laborer, a farmer, they all know that, don't they? Canadians know the truth. It's that carbon tax.
Yeah, and look, taxes make everything more expensive. It's basic economics. Lower taxes, lower prices.
Sounds like common sense. Jay Goldberg, thank you very much. 3 minutes. Liberties and freedom of speech are under attack in Canada like never before. So let's keep this discussion on the air. PayPal, write a check, and please include your address so I can write a thank you letter to you. And ask your friends, please subscribe. It's important to keep this on the air. And thank you.